Hello and welcome to this week's video. So this time we're going to be having a look at those fantastic Star Wars storybooks. Now that's the book of the film, so all the 3 original movies, as well as some of the spin-offs and some overseas releases as well. So that's the focus of today's video. Do please like and subscribe to the channel if you've not already for regular Star Wars content. Now sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Okay, so the first Star Wars storybook we're going to look at is this one. Now, this is actually my original one from when I was a kid, and this is the British Star Wars storybook. It was published by Collins in the UK. It's in pretty beaten up condition because, as I said, this was my one from back in the day, and it comes fairly well recommended, I have to say. I absolutely loved this as a kid. I read it to death time and time again, and like a lot of these storybooks, they are typical in the fact that they just retell the entire story with of the movie with lots of fantastic colour stills, which I absolutely loved as a kid going through this one. I used to like the way they would have the cast at the front, the main cast, which was pretty cool. 1978. And this is the UK edition, published by Collins. Now we've got quite a few of these to go through, so I'm not going to dwell, but that was my very first Star Wars storybook. I don't have any other editions for Star Wars, which I was quite surprised at, but I do have this one for The Empire Strikes Back. So this is once again, this is softback. I haven't got a hardback for it, and it's the British one as published by Armada Books there, which is one of the British children's publishers. Same format as the last one, and this has the some great stills again. I mean, almost an exact facsimile of the first book, cast there at the front. 1980. Great stuff. Yeah, great stuff. Not a bad copy, that one. Now for Return of the Jedi, things got a little bit mad. So I've got various editions here. So this is the first one, which is a softback again. And this is the similar format to the ones that we just looked at. The story of the movie with some great stills there. The obligatory cast photo at the start. As I said, the very similar format. And this one is 1983. Now this is actually the American one, the American edition published by Scholastic. And I've got this one, which is Future. This is the same one, but with a different cover. And this one is the British one, the British Return of the Jedi story. And this one's got a much stiffer card cover, even though it's soft back. Exactly the same, but this is just like the British edition of it. And then we've got another version again, which is back to an American edition of this one with a looser cover, also Scholastic, and this is slightly different again. So I don't know what on earth was going on there, because they all seem to be exactly the same book. So there must be some sort of variations there. And then just to add even more confusion to the subject, we've got another one. So this is the hardback of this one. This is a Random House hardback. Now, is this the US or the UK? I think this must be the US one. Yes, this is the same book again in an American hardback. So it's just getting absolutely ridiculous. And just when you think it couldn't possibly get any worse, there's another one. This one is a British exclusive because it's got St. Michael on, and they were that was the imprint that was designed specifically for Marks and Spencer's department stores. So this one, unbelievably, appears to be the same book again. I mean, you almost can't believe it. And this one, published by Octopus Books as an under license from Random House, and it was an exclusive for St. Michael's. So what on earth is going on there? Yeah, the same book. I mean, how many editions of one book do you want? But that was the nature of Star Wars, I guess, in that if there was a penny to be made, So, can you believe, as I was finished filming the video, I went to put the books away, and lo and behold, I found this one, which is actually the Star Wars storybook trilogy. Can you believe it? So, in 1987, this one came out. So, it was a US edition, published by Random House, and this actually has all 3 storybooks put into one omnibus volume. And it does appear as if they've used, like, I don't know, the original printing books, because each one has got their own, can you believe it, the cast of characters again. And what a cool way, if you're into those storybooks, to have the whole lot in one perfect volume. And this was released for the 10th anniversary of Star Wars in 1987. So I just thought I'd slip that one in. Apart from those, I do have a couple of others. So this is a droids storybook, The White Witch by Happy House, and this is a hardback as well. It's American, so it's got $2.99, so it's not a British one. Dated 1986, and although it's not like an annual, because we did those recently, it is just like a one-off story with questionable artwork. I mean, I guess I've seen worse, but not exactly great. Illustrated by Bunny Carter. Well, with a name like that, what can you say, you know? But thank you, Bunny. Now, so that was a droids one, and then we have another droids one, different illustrator, illustrated by Amador, whoever Amador was, and this is The Lost Prince. Now, I seem to vaguely remember The Lost Prince was possibly one of the episodes, so maybe this is a storybook of one of the episodes from the droid series. I don't know to be sure. To be honest, this is actually worse artwork than the last one. So they didn't exactly use top-end artists here. I mean, I could almost do as good as that, to be honest. But what can you say? What can you say? 1985. So this is actually a year before the other one. Now, this next one's a bit of a curiosity. And that is Les Ewoks, La Pierre Mysterie, or Mystus. This is a French one, published by Whitman in France. And this is a bit of an oddity. On the back, though, look, there's a few others as well. There's a couple of others in the series, Wicket-related ones. And these are actually really nice. 1987, so it's even later than the droids ones. And this is based on the Ewok animated show. I suppose it is what it is. Quite nice to have a French one. So that's like the large format storybooks that I've got. Now I have also got a few little ones, and then I've got some pop-up books as well. So I'll do the next smallest ones first. So this is a little hardback, The Adventures of Teebo, written and illustrated by Joe Johnston. Now that name does ring a bell. Is he Star Wars related? I'm not sure. Does it give anything about the author? No, it doesn't. 1984, quite a nice little kids storybook. This nice artwork. Never read it, but it is, you know, it's something a bit more unusual. I don't know how. Can't imagine these are expensive if you do find them, but I wonder how well they actually sold these. But pretty good, pretty nice little bit of that. And then there's a couple of these little really diddy pop-up books. They're called Little Pops. So this first one's called The Ewok Save the Day. Now this is 1983, published by Random House again. I believe these are American, but they got some distribution over here. So let's just have a look through these. So not quite sure how extravagant the pop-ups will be. I mean, they're pretty good actually when you think about it. They're not bad, are they? I mean, these would have been designed for real youngsters, sort of 5s and under, I would think. But not bad, not bad. That's the Ewok Save the Day. And I've got another one in this series, which is Han Solo's Rescue. In not quite as good condition. These are probably picked up at boot sales or something, I guess, back in the day. That's quite good. Han coming out of his carbonite there. That's pretty cool. Oh, let's get back to the first page there. Not sure. I think that should pop out there to sort of 3D it when Luke's in the screen. Luke and the Rancor there. Sarlacc. And then the on the sales gift. So, I mean, they are tiny little pops. They are tiny little pop-up books. I do, however, have the 3 movie adaptions in pop-up book form, and we'll have a look at those now, because these I remember having as a kid. I absolutely loved this one here, the Star Wars pop-up. That was the very first one, and I only upgraded these fairly recently, and they're not too difficult to get, but to find real mint ones is about a tenner now, so a tenner a book, maybe a little bit more, so you might want to wait till you look across them, but these are pretty good. I'm not going to do, some of these are super delicate, so I'm not going to work all the pop-ups for you, because they do, I don't want to damage it, because as I said, these are really delicate, but you get the idea. That's pretty nice there. I mean, just going through these now, I mean, I remember just doing this as a kid, pulling R2 up. They're just brilliant. I remember this one is particularly fragile, so I'm not going to do it, but the land speeder would go along there, and that would reveal the Banthas there. The chess set, the R2 and the chess set there, and the Falcon working its way towards the Death Star there, and then an X-Wing, Luke going over the chasm there. And then I remember this bit, which was quite fun, was so the Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, a really dodgy looking Obi-Wan there, but then he's gone. There we are. Pretty cool, those books. These are pretty nice little original books, and as I said, worth tracking down. So that's the Star Wars one. Here's the Empire, and these, I think, these are really nice. I absolutely love these. And as I said, because I had that first Star Wars one as a kid, these are quite nostalgic as well for me. That's pretty good, isn't it? You have to say, they didn't do a bad little job on these at all. Luke getting his saber there, using the Force. Look at that. Probe droid. Torpedoes on the snow speeder. Vader invading the base. Not a lot happening there. Oh, there we go. Revealing Chewie. Luke and Yoda. Falcon escaping. Cloud City. The cloud cars. As I said, these are really, really fragile, so I'm being super careful with these. What's happening there? Darth Vader wins. Luke is saved. Ah, phew. Phew. There will be another movie. Don't fret. See, that one's a little bit sticky there, and that's that great bit at the end. I just love that closing scene from The Empire Strikes Back with the Rebel fleet. Fantastic, with the music accompanying it. The best bit of Star Wars of all for me. And then very last one, which is Return of the Jedi pop-up book. Now, I don't remember having this one as a kid, but once again, it's nice to finish the series off. There's the old Tiberian shuttle there. Always cool to see that one. Then we got R2 and 3PO get into Jabba's palace. Jabba greets the droids. Look at that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Leia frees Han. Haha, look, he's smiling. I don't remember him smiling so much in the movie. And she's got her helmet off, ready for a snog. There we go, look. Luke falls into Jabba's trap. The sail barge over the Sarlacc pit. Okay. Imperial biker scouts chase after the rebels. Luke and Vader battle on the Death Star. Bit of lightsaber action going there. Rebels blow up the Death Star again. And singing around the campfire. Awesome. So there we go. There's some slightly more offbeat Star Wars related storybooks. 1. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that nostalgic trip through these Star Wars storybooks. It certainly brought back a few memories for me. So do please, if you have enjoyed the video, leave it a like. And if you've not already, do please subscribe to the channel for regular vintage Star Wars content going forward. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.